Hi, look, I wanted to go Facebook Live to let you know right now, all around the country, millions of kids are walking out to say we need to do something about the epidemic of school shootings and gun violence in our country, and I'm going to join them. We're right here in the rotunda of the Capitol. A bunch of us are going to walk outside in a minute and join thousands of local D.C. kids who have come to the Capitol to demand action. So I'm going to start moving this way, and I'm going to try to talk while I do it. What you see in front of me is the entire Democratic caucus, pretty much. Most of the folks who represent districts in the Congress in the Democratic Party are here today to show solidarity with these kids. You know, if you think this is something that's happening somewhere else, bear in mind that we've had 6 school districts in the Hudson Valley closed because of threats of gun violence. We've seen arrests in places like Florida, New York, in Saugerties, New York. And in Poughkeepsie alone, in that school district, 8 individual schools were closed for 2 days a couple of weeks ago because of threats. So this is something that all of us who live right nearby Newtown know could happen anywhere, and it scares me to death. I've got kids in high school. I got a 15-year-old, a 17-year-old. They're going to participate in a walkout today as well. Look, we have to do something, and I don't care whether you're the biggest Second Amendment person or you are a left-wing activist that wants strict gun control laws. Wherever you fall on the ideological spectrum, we should all agree that the status quo is broken. What we're doing is not working. We're seeing an increase in the frequency and lethality of these school shootings. So we have to change. Come on, we have to do something different. And it starts by not accepting the status quo. I've been so inspired by the Parkland kids. You know, a bunch of them came up and met with me in my office just days after the shooting. Now, I'll tell you what, you cannot meet a 17-year-old who has been targeted by a gunman with an AR-15. You can't talk to one of those kids and not be moved to do something. And I am willing to accept good ideas from whatever source they come. Come on, let's go, let's go. So today is just one more day where we say we want action. We want to do something about this. And good people can disagree on this issue. It's an emotional issue for sure. But we can all agree on a few things that have nothing to do with the Second Amendment. I hope, like expanded background checks, like keeping people on the terrorist watch list off the ability to buy weapons. They should be on a no-buy list if they're on a no-fly list. We should raise the age so that teenagers can't get access to the most lethal weapons. We should severely restrict, I'd ban access to assault weapons. I think we could do much more to improve the NICS instant criminal background checks. That's what you hear about the Fix NICS bill. You know, it's not illegal in 39 states, and it should be when a gun is stolen or lost. You should have to report that. It's a big source of the internet. So none of these things and a bunch of other good ideas would interfere with the Second Amendment. So you might ask yourself, why are we doing it? And I don't need to tell you about the role that money plays in this. I don't need to tell you about the influence of the NRA. You probably know about that. But there are so many of us who want to act. Hey, it's going to be easier for you to hear me this way. It's really crowded here. So what we're doing is we're walking out of the west front of the Capitol. There's an area out here where thousands of local school kids have marched on the Capitol, and we want to show our support. This is Kara, by the way. She's the cameraman. I just took control because it's so hard to hear in here. I want you to be able to hear me. We're just moving through the mags. We're on the lower level, the west front of the Capitol. I'll show you in a minute.
Click before I could say another word.
So I hope you find a way to participate today. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you can share this video, you can post something on your own, but we should support these kids. You know, I've been saying all over the Hudson Valley that if we had more high school kids in Congress, we might make some progress. These kids are doing much more than Congress is doing right now, I can tell you that. And we should be ashamed. We should act in all the ways I mentioned and more. There's so many things we could do. We could let the experts study this problem. Do you know it's illegal right now under federal law to even do research on gun violence? That's called the Dickey Amendment. We need to repeal the Dickey Amendment. That's crazy. We should be doing research on the causes of gun violence and learning from it. And there's so many solutions that have been proposed, like having better technology in schools, having more school resource officers, having earlier intervention for kids who are isolating, who are suffering from mental illness and who need help. You know, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. We should absolutely do more to prevent these school shootings. And again, this has nothing to do with the Second Amendment. Check this out. All right, hold on. I'm gonna switch to the Rep. Maloney account so we can do a Facebook Live there too. Follow me on Rep. Maloney on Facebook.